It's an amazing weather outside, so amazing in the sense of it is 31 degrees. People are going crazy. Girls are wearing hot pants, skirts, and amazing dresses. Boys are wearing short pants, sandals, and I am sitting here making videos for my channel. Hi people, I'm Nikita and you're watching The Happy Hood. Well, I just came home from my work and I right away started my camera because the last video I uploaded was 10 days ago, roughly 10 days ago. It was my Sweden vlog part 2. If you haven't seen it, the link is here. You should go check it, but don't forget to watch this video. So because it was 10 days ago, I really have this bad conscience and a bad feeling that I have to really post a video at least each week, and whenever I am not able to post a video after like 7 days, or it's more than, or the gap between two videos is more than 7 days, I really find myself surrounded by bad feelings and thoughts. So I'm trying to make it a habit of posting every week a video. I hope I am able to achieve this. So today's video is going to be about Germany and India, and before I start, it is again very subjective because it's based on my observations, so don't take anything seriously and don't get offensive if there is anything that you think is not basically applicable to entire Germany, because I know Germany is also a big country compared to India, not. But still, so there are certain states that have a different culture than other states in Germany. So don't feel bad if there is something that doesn't suit to your state or is applicable to your state. So in this video, I will be talking about cultural differences in Germany and India. Number one, flat hierarchies. This is something that I experienced, or I would say I observed or realized in the very first few months of my stay in Germany. Here the hierarchical structure is like more or less flat. And by flat, I mean if there's a team who's responsible for a project, then of course there will be a project manager, but there won't be like project manager and a head of the project manager and under the project manager somebody and over the head of the project manager somebody, and to reach that somebody you have to follow certain hierarchy. It isn't like that. So my experience was when I was doing projects in a certain department, then I of course had a supervisor, or our team had a supervisor, and just immediately after the supervisor was the professor. So in case of any issues or in case of any problems, we could easily reach the professor. It wasn't like that you have to follow a certain hierarchy. You have to tell your team leader, and the team leader would go tell the supervisor, and the supervisor will then think and then tell the professor. I think this makes things very easy, because if you have a certain thing that you have to communicate or you want to communicate to somebody or to a person you think would recognize the problem and could solve it directly, then you can directly go and talk to that person. You don't have to follow these certain stupid hierarchies. This is definitely very different to India, where you follow a very strict and systematic hierarchical structure. And I think this is really, in my opinion, not so helpful or beneficial. So if you ask me, then I think that a flat hierarchical structure, irrespective of it is in academics or at work, a flat hierarchical structure is much better than a very strong hierarchical structure. The next is kids leaving home. I think this is not new for any Indian, that kids usually here in Germany, I think so also in the United States, also in the entire Europe, they basically leave their home at an age of 16 or 17 to work or to study or whatever they want to do. So they don't actually stay home with their families. And of course, I'm not talking about all the kids in the entire Germany, but on an average, people tend to leave their home. In India, however, it's a little bit different. Kids tend to stay with their parents, their families, and even if they go out to study to a different university or a college, they tend to come back and then settle with their parents. Now the question is again that what is better, or what I find better. I think both the things have their pros and cons. There's nothing which I can say you should leave the house is the best option or you should stay with your parents is the best option. You always have to find a trade-off. So I know people who are staying with their families and they're very unhappy, and also people who are staying away from their family and are very happy and they have a very healthy relationship with their family. So I think in this case, of course, if you live far away from your family, you don't stay in touch. Like, it's very different compared to if you're living with them day to day 24/7. And of course you miss your family, but if you stay away from your family, I think it brings a sort of independence to you, and this makes you like strong, I think. State of marriage. I think I will very soon make a video about marriage issues in India, but for this video I just have to say that the biggest difference that I find here, or I found in the culture of Germany and India, is here marriage is not considered to be a stamp for a safe, successful, and a healthy relationship. So here marriage is just one step in your relationship. You can although stay together in a same house, you can have kids, you can have your grandkids, and society will have nothing to do with it. They will not bug you, or your parents will not bother you saying that just get married and then do this, and just get married and then do that. Things like those don't exist here. On the other hand, in India, marriage is a big issue for a lot of things, a hell lot of things. You need to get married before you get kids. You have to get married before you start living together with your partner. And of course, there are people who are into live-in relationships, but I would say that they are not looked at from a nice point of view, and I'm pretty sad about that. Talking directly. This is by far my most favorite cultural difference between the two countries. I always have learned since the day I can remember what I was doing, to actually talk around something and let the person understand what it is. So what I'm trying to say is that talking direct is basically a German thing, and I absolutely love it. Because of that, I think a lot of people consider Germans cold, emotionless, ruthless, heartless, but I think this is nothing to do with any of these emotions. Talking direct is just an art of telling or expressing yourself in very clear words to the person in front of you, or to the group of people in front of you. But in India, it's absolutely the other way around. And again, I'm talking about on an average, people don't tend to talk directly. Moreover, they actually dislike being answered directly. So in my opinion, this is one feature that I think each human should be capable of talking directly or answering directly, straightforward, no going left, no going right, no going around and saying, okay, this happened because, and you know, and blah and blah and blah. So people, these were the top cultural differences between Germany and India that I realized in the very first few months of my stay here. Of course, they are not the only cultural differences between the two countries. There are many, but I will be making a second video for those differences so that you guys can enjoy this short video from my side this time. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to my channel and this is your first video that you're watching on this channel, go press the subscribe button. There is a bell button next to it. Also press it so that each time I post a video, you get a notification. If there are any comments from your side about anything, write in the comment section below. And if you cannot write in the comment section below, or if you don't want to write in the comment section below, write them to my email. My email is also down below. So have a nice good day, enjoy the summer, and much love.